Will Summer, who is a writer for the Daily Beast. He wrote this: Georgia's Republican primary for governor has revolved around Trump's attempts to oust Governor Brian Kemp over Kemp's refusal to break election laws, blah, blah, blah. But last week, Summer writes, third-place candidate Candace Taylor tried to inject an issue of her own into the race, introducing a plan to blow up 4 giant granite tablets in northeast Georgia that she sees as symbols of Satan worship. On May 2nd, Candace Taylor unveiled a draft executive order related to the Georgia Guidestones, which are a set of enormous rocks in the city of Elberton. Candace Taylor's proposed order is simple. It says, demolish the Georgia Guidestones. Making her case for demolishing the monument, Candace Taylor declared, quote, the New World Order is here, and they told us it was coming. This is a battle. End quote. Again, what the fuck is wrong with these people? What kind of squirming, goddamn black, rotten, rancid energy circulates in their brains? This is insane. She describes herself, Candace Taylor describes herself as, quote, the only candidate bold enough to stand up to the Luciferian cabal. The Luciferian. Now, lest you think that we are only able to produce one serious nut-fuck religious psychopath in our political schema here in Georgia, let me correct you. The infamous Q-bitch, Marjorie Greene, who's seeking re-election in the midterms coming up, railed against the Guidestones herself in a Facebook post back in 2018, which I'm sure helped her get elected in 2020. These fucking people they're just mad. They're insane. Now, as far as, let's talk money for a second. The Georgia Guidestones have been great for the county where they sit, Elbert County. They're a major tourist attraction. And it isn't uncommon for tourists who come here to the city of Atlanta to make the 100-mile drive, 90-mile drive out to Elbert County just to see them. But in Trump world, in fascist Christian world, in the psychotic fucking existence that these people swim around in, economic concerns very quickly take a back seat to these bullshit, insane Christian fascist conspiracy. So the guy writing, Will Summer, the guy writing for the Daily Beast, wrote, Guidestone conspiracy theories began to take off online in 2008 when right-wing conspiracy theorist Mark Dice began to demand that what he called the satanic Guidestones be taken down and smashed into a million pieces. Since then, the Guidestones have reliably appeared on conspiracy theory websites. In 2020, InfoWars chief Alex Jones visited the Guidestones and declared them to be, quote, a temple to the post-human era. Now, wanting to destroy the Guidestones is not the only way in which this crazy, psychotic bitch Candace Taylor promotes her brand of Nazism. She has expressed what I have to call extreme Christian views, but they're beyond that. She's calling for a total Christian fundamentalist theocracy in the United States. I mean, I've been talking about this for 30 years that this shit was coming. You know what her slogan is? Her election slogan, her campaign slogan? Jesus, guns, and babies. I shit you not. And during a speech in April, she said, quote, Don't talk to me about separation of church and state. We are the church and we run the state. Jesus, guns, and babies. Anyway, if you ever decide to come visit Georgia, I mean, it's a beautiful state. It's like a zoo. For a lot of the things that live in this state, a lot of things that look like they're human, like Margie Green, like Candace Taylor, like Purdue. They look human. They really do. But they're some sort of different creature, these people. So you can come here to look at the people, which I've done many times. A lot of times I'll drive into the North Georgia mountains, deep into the mountains, go back to some of those hollers and go to a local festival. I keep waiting to see them barbecuing live people. I haven't seen that yet, but if you ever come here, you want to check out the Georgia Guidestones. Now, you can get all the information you want. Just go online. You can look at Wikipedia or just look up Georgia Guidestones. It's very amusing and entertaining. I don't mean amusing, ha-ha, laugh at. I mean, I think they're great. I think it's a great idea. The admonitions, if you want to call them that, the advice that is written on the stones make perfect sense. And to me, they're totally, completely, absolutely non-denominational. I don't see any particular quasi-religious or philosophical point of view being expressed in what is written on the stones. Yes, it's a humanist, in my opinion. It's a humanistic point of view. But what the fuck? I mean, are we not humans? Sound like I'm quoting a famous, who was that? Am I not a woman? I know who it was, I just can't think right now. But if we are human, and we are, I mean, we really are, it's been proven many times, what is the problem with being a humanist? Right? I mean, Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.